Hello everyone and welcome to the void between reality and the land of hacking nerds. My name is Brian, aka He of the Void, and today we are going to be taking a look at the Age of the Primes leader class Megatronus the Fallen. And right off the bat, I'm just going to say, this thing is really cool. I was really disappointed with Solus Prime. Because honestly, that figure gives me homicidal ideations because of how terrible it is. But this figure absolutely redeemed the Age of the Primes first wave for me because it's just a really fun, really cool, neat figure that I'll just get into. First of all, we're going to take a look at one of the best parts of this figure, which is the noggin, as we give you the customary look at said noggin. I love this head sculpt. I love this head sculpt. It's a great head sculpt. It's very much the Decepticon logo. I love the yellow grill, the bright yellow eyes, the purple. It's a great head sculpt. Head sculpt is great. Great head sculpt. Then you just get down to the colorings of this thing, the purple accents on the black. You cannot go wrong with Decepticon purple. And then when you add like the black and then the yellow accenting, this guy just looks pure evil. And I absolutely love the aesthetics of this figure. They did a really good job designing this robot mode. A little bit of a backpack, but that's honestly for a tank. That's kind of understandable because at some point the treads are going to have to go somewhere. And again, this is a Cybertronian vehicle mode, so I do give Cybertronian vehicle modes a little bit more leeway than I would regular vehicle modes for like Earth cars. Because again, Cybertronian vehicle modes aren't trying to be a robot in disguise. It's basically just fast travel mode. So before we go into the accessories, because this guy does come with a bunch of accessories, we'll go ahead and go into the posability, which is actually pretty dang good. You got your ball joint at the head. You have a rotation at the shoulder. Because of the transformation joints, you actually get a butterfly joint with this. So they can sort of, on these struts, they can go back and they can go forward. And if you really want to get the transformation joints involved, they can go all the way forward and out like that. So you get a pretty good posability with the arms. Unfortunately, no ab crunch, which would have been nice. But he can go 360 on the waist joint. Oh, and bend at the elbow and some wrist articulation. Now, what's interesting, I'll show this more as we go into the accessories. Instead of just a closed fist, he does have the knuckle flip, which is nice. Go back down to the waist. If you get these two little side skirts out, he can do the splits. He can kick back that far and forward that far. Bend at the knee, which is actually pretty deep. Then you get a ankle pivot and some back and forth motion on the ankle, more or less for transformation, but it's nice to have it. This guy, other than the backpack, actually isn't really that kibbly, which I'm legitimately impressed over. And one other thing I wanted to do is I actually have some size comparisons because this guy is a big boy for a leader class. This guy feels like a traditional leader class. So I'm going to bring in Legacy Transmetal 2 Megatron. And I'm going to bring in Power of the Primes Optimus Prime. Move back just a little bit so you can take a look there. So he is rather large. He's only really a head shorter than Power of the Primes Optimus Prime. So he does have some good size to him, which is nice. It is nice to finally be seeing a leader class figure at a leader class price that is a leader class size. So, all the things he comes with. He comes with this kind of really cool looking pike. And it does come in 2 pieces. This, for some reason, is just all done in a softish rubbery plastic. You can put that back on there. And what you do is you open the knuckle, and I like this. I actually really do like this. You actually peg in, to a point, the weapon into the fist, and then close that over. So it does give, as it slides right out, I was going to say it does give a decent grip on the axe. And the same with this really cool looking machete. I actually really like this machete, and this actually, it has this little flared base, so it can't slide in, but you do peg it in and then close the fist, and it has a good grip over that machete, which I like. Now, my favorite accessory is what I affectionately call the Kill Death Murder Cannon, because look at this gigantic cannon that goes on his arm. It is very much like the fusion cannon for your Megatrons, but this is actually called the Requiem Blaster, which is what he used to defeat Unicron before he turned evil. And it also comes with this barrel. There are 2 things. This is basically like the barrel for the tank. So there's 2 things you can do with it. You can bend this little post in, and that can go here to give sort of a smokestack look. Let me move the arm out so you can see that just a little better. Move that. So like that. But I do just like to leave it attached to the Kill Death Murder Cannon. Like that, so it gives it a little extra kaboom. And then one of the coolest, I like this accessory the most, but the coolest accessory that it comes with is these really cool fire blast effect parts. And these have little pegs on, these ones go on the shoulders, have little pegs on the inside, and that will peg in here on the shoulder, like so, and like so. Sometimes the cannon likes to get in the way. Like that, and then these 2 have little pegs on them that will go on the back of the figure, like so, on little holes on the shoulder treads, or on the back mounted treads. And that does look very cool. I wish it came with more of these. I wish there was one that could go over the head maybe, but it's a robot that's on fire. And if that's not okay with you, you're not okay with me. But yeah, the robot mode absolutely slays. This is one of the best robot modes I've seen from a mainline Transformer in a very long time. I am really smitten with this robot mode. I do have 1 or 2 problems that you'll see when we go into tank mode, but honestly, they're so insignificant that they might not, it doesn't even really bother me. So we're just going to take off all the accessories just to give us some room to work. Okay. So first things first, you're going to take the fists, open them like that, or take the arms, open them like that, fold in the fists, and then close that up, and that will snap close. So you know you did it right. Like so. Then we're just going to take these arms and rotate them 180 degrees around like so. Then we're going to come to the chest. We're going to open up this chest. Then we are going to move the arms out like this so they disconnect from the rest of the body, and fold this down. And there's a double hinge. I don't know how well you're going to be able to see that, but there's a double hinge, so you just want to bring it all the way down and get that out of the way. Then you're going to do similar with the chest. You're just going to move that down. For now, you're going to take these 2 panels, you're going to fold them in, and then you're going to turn them around. Then you're going to come back here. You're going to take these pieces and fold them all the way up like so. And I'm going to raise the camera a little bit just so you can see what I'm doing. Then you're going to take these treads. You're going to fold them up on this armature. Then you're going to turn them around and snap them down and into place like so. Then you're going to fold them open, all the way open like that. Then you're going to take the chest. Oh, and first turn the head around. Then you're going to take the chest and just fold that all the way around on that double armature. You're going to bring in the actually, no, first you then fold that up and over like that. Then you can bring the treads in. There's a peg there and a hole there, and you're going to maneuver the chest down so that those will peg into place like so. And actually, before you do that, just pull these little side skirt pieces up so you can get some clearance for what we're about to do. Then you're going to pull this up just to get some more clearance. And we'll lower the camera so we can go over the legs. First, you're going to take this panel on each side and just open that up and fold it all the way forward like so. Then we're going to turn this, oh, I forgot. You have to fold that over before you fold up these skirt pieces, my bad. Then we're going to turn the bottom of the legs around like so. Then we're going to come down here. We're going to open these treads like that and fold in the foot and then just collapse that back down like so. Same on the other side, like that. Then we're going to come over here. We're going to take this little butt piece and fold that down. Then on each side of the legs, and this is a pretty tight connection, so you are going to have to apply a little bit of force to it. We're going to pull that out. We'll do the same on the other side. Ow, as I pinch myself. Ow, ow. That is one thing you have to be aware of. There are points where you could pinch yourself, so just be aware. Then we're going to fold the legs, as that comes undone. Sometimes those do like to come undone, but that's easily just slotted back into place. Like so. You're just going to come over, and there's going to be a slot in there that's going to go onto that peg, like so, and that will help lock everything in on the sides. Sometimes a little easier said than done. Come on. Hey, I said, come on. Why are you flopping off? There we go. There it is on that side. And then we'll do the same on the other side. Just fold that up and over that peg like so. Like so. Like so. Thank you. Coming off on the other side. Camera. Sometimes a little easier said than done. It can be a little finicky. But once you have that all in place, we're going to take these panels here. And there's pegs there and peg holes on those slide panels. And we'll just fold those into place. Make sure everything is aligned and laying flat. Like so. Then we're going to take this whole section, fold it back, and it's going to peg in several places on the back of the figure. Move the arms up out of the way, and you'll just hear that snap into place. Like, oh, as everything comes undone. Sometimes this can be a little finicky, but everything slots back into place eventually. Wheel in. Just make sure everything's straightened out. And then we can go ahead and plug that chest piece in like so. Then we can take the arms And you'll know that you're getting this right if there is a large gap. If they're completely flush to each other, you haven't gotten it right. And then just make sure that these panels are folding out so that the two holes are on the other side. And we can open this a little bit. We're going to take the gun and we're going to open it on this double hinge and extend it. Then we're going to take this piece and just fold that out like so. Then we can take this peg and put it into this hole right here. And then just slide that down and around and peg everything in on the other side. Then we're going to take this little missile pod and just fold it out on this hinge so it's on the side. Make sure everything is pegged in nice and tight. As I pop okay, uno momento, why I fixed that. Okay, so something happened during the uno momento. I don't know if it was on camera when it happened, but I think when I got caught in the pinch when I was transforming it, this figure actually drew blood. So I'm sorry. This figure legitimately drew blood, and it's almost thematically appropriate that it's the Fallen, because it's a traitor, it's a toy of a traitor, and it betrayed its new owner by drawing blood. Oh, we had on-camera breakage during the last Transformers review, and now we have this, a figure that drew blood. Anyway, we're going to take this little purple piece and fold it up, and then just swing that around. And there you go. There you have the tank mode that drew blood. I like and don't like this tank mode in certain ways. It looks great. Okay, from most angles, it looks great. As I just need to slot that in just a little better. There we go. But you will notice that it is a little bit gappy on the inside. You can see through in certain places. My only other complaint with it is I wish that these arm pieces connected to the cannon, because sometimes these will come out. But I do like the tank mode. It's a good tank mode. Tank mode is good. Rolls as rolling things should. And of course, as all tanks should, it does have a rotating turret that can go 360. Now you can get the weapons involved. What it wants you to do is connect these two pieces and then put the flames, or the little flames, on either side, and then just connect this on the side of the figure. I forget where the point is, but I think this looks stupid. So what I do is I just take these out and just put them on either side of the tank, or the front of the tank, like that, because it just looks like tank bayonets, which is great. I do like that. And then what's better than a tank with bayonets and a giant murder cannon? A tank with giant bayonets and a giant murder cannon that's on fire. Oh, I love these blast effect parts. And we can put the flames anywhere where there's holes, but I like it like that. So it's a flaming tank with bayonets. If you're not okay with that, I'm not okay with you. But it's other than the two things I pointed out, it's a great tank mode. And again, I'm willing to overlook some of the shortcomings when it comes to things like kibble and gaps and whatnot. Simply for the fact that this is a Cybertronian vehicle mode and it's not a robot in disguise. This is just fast travel. So we will go ahead and get this guy back into his robot mode, and then I will give you my final thoughts on the figure. Hopefully not drawing any more blood this time. So we'll just take all of this stuff off. We will, do that, and then just turn this piece in. We will turn the turret in and over like that. Then we will open up the arms and take out the cannon, and then just rotate the cannon back like that and fold in that piece, and we will just put that off to the side for now. Then we're going to go ahead and unpeg the chest and unpeg these leg parts and just fold them out like that for the time being. Then we'll come and open up these treads, fold out the foot, collapse that back in, then just fold these around and they will peg in on either side of the figure. Or of the legs, I mean. Then we'll fold up the butt part and we will bring these legs down and they will snap into place. We will then turn the calves around and then turn this 360 degrees. Sometimes those do like to come off. Not as often as Solus Prime stuff like to come off, which is good. And we will go ahead and raise the camera. Then we will go ahead and bring this piece out. Actually, first we'll do the treads. We will take this piece and swing it down, turn it around, and then collapse it in like that. Keep these up for now. We'll deal with them once we put them in like that. And then just fold these in and then fold these pieces down and around. Then we will come to the chest, and fold that out and turn that around, and then fold those out, turn the head around, and just fold it up to get that out of the way for the chest, which we will flip around and just slide back, and you will hear a nice click as that goes in. Straighten out the chest, and okay, there we go. And then that will snap into place. Then turn the arms around like so. And you do kind of need to get some kind of leverage to get these open, but the machete does the trick. And then just collapse the arms in on those two armatures. Bring out the fists like so. And then we can arm him back up. Give him his machete like so. Close the fist. Then give him his pike like so. Just notice more blood. Oh, God. At least I think that's a smear of blood. Oh, well. Yes, this is the figure that finally drew the reviewer's blood. Then we'll just plug in his Kill Death Murder Requiem cannon. Fold that around. Then we'll put on his fire effect pieces, because in my opinion this figure is not complete without the fire effect pieces. Put these back on here. Where'd the other... No, there's the other one. Okay. And there you go. There you have Megatronus the Fallen back in his robot mode. So, final thoughts on the figure. Absolute pickup. This figure's great. I absolutely love this figure. I am kind of smitten with him, and he is definitely an early candidate for the top 10 figures of 2025. He's great. I love all the accessories. I love the fire effect parts. I wish there were more fire effect parts, but oh well, I'm picking nits at that point. The tank does have two areas where I wish there were some different things in there. I wish it was a little less gappy, and I wish the fusion can or the Requiem cannon Arc-1 blaster, I mean, pegged into the arms a little bit more, but absolute pickup. Go ahead and grab this guy. He's fantastic. Especially grab him if you're collecting all the primes like I am. But yeah, highest recommendations. This is an absolute buy. I love this figure. It's goofy in all the right ways, and it just exudes evil vibes from him. So yeah, there is your, I already said that, didn't I? Yeah, I'll say it again. There is Megatronus the Fallen from the Age of the Primes. And I am asking you to like, comment, and subscribe. Check out all my links down below for all the places you can find me and support me. You will get another video tomorrow because I missed a video last week due to tech issues. And then we will start our playthrough of Okami on Friday. So yeah, remember, growing old is mandatory. Growing up is optional. Be curious, be playful, and above all else, be kind. And I will see you next time. Seriously, it drew blood. Like, I'm not even kidding. It drew blood. Be kind. Be kind. Megatronus, even though you're a traitor. Okay, I'm out. Bye.